Hi, what's going on? Good evening. It's like 6:01 right now on the dot. I have some things to do afterwards, literally. Things. It's raining outside. I love it when it's raining outside. I love when it's warm outside and it's raining. It's so nice. That summer rain, it's just, Carl Thomas vibes. But actually, no, because I really don't listen to the to the lyrics. I only listen to the hook. I just like the summer rain. I just love it, the sweet and the music in the background. But no, I love sitting on the porch. Back in the day, I used to sit on the porch with my grandmother and have butter pecan ice cream, and it was really nice. She loved butter pecan ice cream. I, as a kid, obviously loved stuff that was like much more sweeter and things of that nature. So cookies and cream ice cream, chocolate covered cherries, those kind of things. Like that was my jam. M&M peanut ice cream. It has to be M&M peanut. I could not do M&M plain. Like that was gross. I was like, but why? Pourquoi? Pour fucking quoi? So yeah. But it's raining right now and it looks really nice. Hello from me and my boobies. They're not my bee snacks. Biz. What did the ghost say to the bee? Boobies. Okay, I think it's so old, but I love it. I don't care. I use it all the time. So yeah, I wanted to come up in here real quick in the midst of me doing my going about my day, being in my own lane, minding my business. Just happening. Sorry, that was the fat boy. He just hopped down from his little perch and started to talk back. I'm sorry, is there a problem? He just walked out. I don't know if you saw his shadow. A problem? Hold on. All right. All right. So earlier today, I wanted to kind of circle back. Well, not actually. I did the Juneteenth thing. I don't know if anybody's seen that. So I'm really excited about that. I just have to put up a script or something, which can be easy though. But I want to be sure I've gotten enough, not sufficient, no, sufficient information in order to just like bring it out there for a moment. Because a lot of the things that people have been, telling me, I just want to throw it back at them in this little skit, because it's crazy to see someone who's in a situation that looks very oppressive, especially when you have forces that are in the opponent's and on the opponent's team come against somebody, and then somehow you're stepping in like a know-it-all, but you're really like an undercover op, and you're just being very negative, passive aggressive, especially victim blaming and whatnot like that. The main way how I'm able to tell like somebody is an op, and it's not me being defensive when I call you an op, it's the number one thing is that you actually see me being harassed, harmed, and threatened by people who have like some pull, some leverage. They might have like some connections and they're doing it maliciously and criminally in the background. And furthermore, you're also saying it in a passive way. So you're not addressing me. You're not saying my name. And it's just like, oh, I don't know who this goes to. I'm not saying the people who say like, oh, I don't know who this is. When they're giving me like, details of what's going on in the background. I'm saying this is for the people who try to victim blame me, who are like, oh, I don't know who this is, but you're alluding to me, and you are being like, you're being very negative, and you're not being supportive. You're being fake compassionate, and you work for the opposition. So, or you're in favor of the opposition because there are things that benefit you. Seeing somebody, at a disadvantage. Yeah, I see right through that shit. So, and I'm pretty sure other people see it too. So, I just want to call it out for what it is, because while you may think that, oh, nobody really can tell, like, I'm not really an ally, or not even an ally, or even just, like a bystander or non-biased, you really are, you a bitch. You a bitch. I don't want to keep saying things like in a way where like where I have the tone. This is my channel, okay? You a bitch, and you're an opportunist, exploiter, and you have some type of thrill or benefit from seeing a woman, either a black woman or a woman in general, just anybody, um, not have it either, like try to not have a good day or anything like that. Like it probably would really piss you off whenever you see me smile or just even exist and breathe and live. And that, obviously that sucks for you. That does suck for you, because you have to go home or you look in the mirror and you have to realize that you are you. You are you. You have a privilege that, obviously I don't have an advantage to, because there are people who are gang stalking me and abusing me. But somehow you hate yourself so much that you need to go and look for and contribute to somebody, to be miserable to somebody else. And by doing so, it's contributing like your inaccurate or insufficient opinion, because it's missing context, and also you just want to be an ignorant, dumb, stupid ass bitch. And I mean that as like a man or a woman. You want to be a dumb, stupid ass bitch. Insert parentheses, racist, either like you low tier or something like that, just a hater, whatever. Da 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 da. I don't give it. So, because at the end of the day, you can barely like, you can try to hint about my characteristics as close as you want to, though, but you'll never actually say my name. Never actually say my name to my face, or like, fully, like literally no one has come to me in a very direct fucking way about what they've been doing behind my back. Nobody. Nobody. Nobody yet. The day. The day. That would be a surprise to me. I don't hold out for that stuff. When people are saying, "Oh, this is gonna happen," I don't hold out for that stuff. All I know is that I'm saving myself, and I'm doing the things that are necessary to establish, boundaries, because they have been crossed, and by people. Oh my gosh, I've said this before, but I think I put it down. Yeah, I know I put it down on my blog, on my site. But it was just like, these um, everybody, every fucking body, different different careers, different levels. I'm telling you, from the newspaper boy to the White House, people have been gang stalking me and abusing me. This is just insane. And it really went to people's head to think that that this would be okay. And then they, develop some type of God complex, and they're upset. People are literally upset because of matters that they would not be okay with. So anyway, last night, because I have so many things to do, I wanted to listen to I wanted to listen to some music, some sounds, because I know that the sounds are like really good with just sounds are very healing. They really, really are. And I was listening to some type of like kind of like meditation, kind of mantra stuff. It was like 2 years old. It was like a video that's maybe like 2 to 3 years old. And it was just like kind of clear. It said like clear your mind. It said something about clear your mind, this, that, here, and the third. But it was basic. Yeah, it's just like ultra relaxing music to calm the mind and stop thinking. Some people thought that meant like I have anxiety, or I'm depressed, or I'm stressed. And I'm like, no, I just needed to have something that's just like more chill kind of thing going on. I have some tasks that I need to do and some tasks that I was working on last night. And I was just like, you know what? I think I need to reset so that way I can just be like in the zone. And literally, I woke up very early and I went to work. So that was like much needed. It's almost like when you have a few tasks to do when you want to clean the house on a Saturday. Sometimes what can help you out is if you play some music, to kind of get you through it, so you don't feel like, okay, I got to do this and I got to do that, and you're just kind of thinking and just kind of you just do it. That's how I was with my task. And because people are, first off, gang stalking is supposed to be illegal, and so is and the whole voyeurism and just stalking period, being invading my privacy is disrespectful. But people take it upon themselves, do the fucking most. And in addition to that, it's just that, I'm sorry, there was like a passerby, and I just gotta cut them off because they be really just like, hello. Oh, whatever. He's got his little food right there. So cute. Where's the girl? Hi, baby. Good boy. So cute. Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to call you for more stuff. It was just that part. He's so cute. Okay. Where's the girl? She's sleeping? Huh? Okay. Apologies. I talk to my animals. People think that that's crazy. So that's me. Um, So yeah, all right. So gang stalking is invasive, and we already know that it's disrespectful, also illegal. But people take it upon themselves to be helicopter people in order to try to dictate or parent me, but not contribute to things that I could actually use, like answers to further abuse, like direct answers, not passive stuff, so you can actually monopolize off of it. Um, and I'm not shading the people who are giving me actual helpful advice and not trying to tell me stuff about like, oh, this person cares about you. Like, oh, please stop that. Like that, I hate those messages. I'm so serious. That's very disrespectful. That's completely and utterly fucking disgusting. But I'm talking about people who actually give me like, oh, so this is what people have been doing behind your back, and this is what their intentions are. Um, because it's confirmations to things that I've already thought of, confirmations that I've already felt, but I didn't want to just say it out loud. So, ugh, it's insanity and fucking insanity. Average. These are basically average people. Like I said, a newspaper boy or a guy on a corner. This is just average people off the street looking ass. Some of them don't even have jobs, but want to take it upon themselves to pretend to be my life coach. Like, you fuck up something of mine, interfere with it, help my abusers, and then you want to try to tell me how to live my life? And then on the top of that, when I'm outside, you want to try to come up to me, pretend like, you don't watch me eat, sleep, shit, poop, like, or eat shit, like, shower and whatever. And you get upset because I don't want to say hi back to you or want to have a conversation with you or just want to not have anything. You have that nerve? Yes, there are people who actually do that shit, who get really upset because I don't want to talk to them. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of my face. Like, you obviously know that this is, a boundary that you have crossed, that you do not have my permission to watch me in the privacy of my home. So when we're outside and you greet me as if I'm supposed to like actually talk to you, or as if you are entitled to my energy or my space, and I don't say anything to you and I ignore you, then you catch an attitude. A lot of you people catch a fucking attitude, and it does not do anything to me because I keep on my way and I do a very good job at ignoring you. Because then it makes you even more upset. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. But again, I just play my music or I just cut you out because yeah, you need to know your place. And even though you can take it upon yourself to, infiltrate my Wi-Fi or my cameras to be all up in my business, you can never try to like, get me to say hi to you or anything like that unless I fucking want you to. You have my permission and then you're welcome to it. Do not think that you can actually have that power to be like, oh, okay, nah, bitch, nah. Unless it's like work hours, and then maybe because it's work hours, and maybe you have to tell me something that's actually work related. But if you want to talk about something personal, I'm like, no, we just keep it work. We keep it work, or maybe something on the news. But no, I don't want to talk to anything about personal. Do not talk about that. Why? Unless it's a need for me to call out or something like that. But yeah, no, no, no. You guys have lost those privileges. There'll never be a fucking day. And that's your fault. That's your fucking fault. Please get out of here. um so anyway, I was listening to the ultra relaxing music to calm the mind and stop thinking so that I could prepare for the day. And people were up in their, up in arms and just trying to like assume the worst, thinking, oh my gosh, she's depressed. Oh my goodness, she's super anxious, and this, that, here, and the third. This is what being a looking ass person does. And pardon me, I had a lot of water. Actually, in less than like 24 hours, I've drunk more than half a gallon of water. Yeah, good for me. Actually, like 75% of a gallon of water. I can drink water. Like I drink a lot of water if people weren't tainting my stuff. Like yo, people were like, oh my god, like it's amazing. No, like I wasn't super thirsty. I can drink a lot of water. I used to have a really great diet until people started like invading my house, literally invading my house and doing nasty things to my food. And then so they watch me at grocery stores and whatnot to make sure that, oh, well, she likes this, so she's gonna buy this, or she likes that, she's gonna do that. And if you say, hey, look, then why don't you just have a water filter at the house? If they messed and tainted my utensils all the time and did really nasty things to my utensils, things that I've, been passed down from my family, from my grandmother, um, then heaven, like, yo, it's just really fucking gross, the things that people do. And it's not like it's just in New Jersey. And yes, I can say that because people know exactly where I am. A lot of people know exactly where I am. The majority of people may not know exactly where I am, but the fact that I have gang stalkers, they should know. I mean, they should not know, but like they know. Um, Nonetheless, it's like people have followed me when I was living in New York City. People were following me when I was visiting Florida for my like I went to Disney World for my birthday. I treated myself. I was like, and people were following me there. People follow me there. People, it's so fucking disgusting. It really is fucking disgusting how you can pay people to want to infiltrate your life, and it's not like they needed a good excuse in order to stalk me. They saw the money and they were just like, yeah, fuck it, like, I'll do this to harass me. This is the ongoing thing that I've been enduring, suffering from for years, over a decade. And this is like now that everything is coming out more in the open, and my abusers are doing everything in their power to either pretend like they don't know what I'm talking about or create information that's like supposed to make it look like I don't know, heaven knows the things that they've made up about me in the background. Because here's the thing, these people are criminals. Okay, the fact that you have me being stalked and all you see is just me hanging out, talking with my cats, and just being, my weird, goofy self, and that has been muted a lot. I used to do a whole bunch of like, frolicking outside and like, chatting with the homeless and just being arts and craftsy or sitting out in the park and just doing random things and just like art and whatnot like that. Talking to animals. I like Disney when I was growing up. So, I just there were a lot of like, good movies that kind of just, that kind of they vibed with me. So I don't know. I just or I would just hang out with people back in the day. But I haven't hung out with people really within 2 years. I've cut off all the people that have been talking behind my back. So when it says like when people are saying like, oh, so like you need to worry about your friends, I'm like, no, these people are literally corrupt. I've cut them all off, regardless of what you see behind the scenes or like behind my back. If I'm telling you that I don't mess with these people, then I don't mess with these people. What you're seeing is made up content by somebody who's literally been whose occupation is a hacker. This person is a literal hacker, and this person has distorted information all the time. You also have somebody who is a woman who wants to continuously talk about me and copies me. Does those two fundamental things not look suspicious? I dated this guy first, and then she decided this is really sick, and this is the part where she messed up at. I've never actually the only boyfriend that I've actually had was in, I think, like the third grade. And it was just like so traumatic for me. I was just like, never again. It's crazy. But also because like nobody else was like really appealing. First off, my mom was creepy as hell because she just didn't know how to really carry a daughter having like a relationship. So I was just like, you know what, never again. I just I listened to Usher and I listened to Brandy and Whitney Houston, and I just went on with my life. You feel me? I went to my studies and I just went and I carried on with my life. Like, yo, that's just basically how I went. And I did really, really well in school. People are making rumors, the wildest ass rumors about being in a mental institution and things of that nature. Wow. Wow. There's like I don't know if you hear it right now, but there's somebody like dragging several cars. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, about like mental institutions and stuff like that. I was just like, when did I have the time to do that? I'm like, was that it's like, was that supposed to be like summer camp or something like that? Because I mean, I've done summer camp and I've done like the nice ones, and I've done just scholastics. I've done summer school. Oh, that was crazy for a C. So yeah, no. Why would I ever? Come on now, this is just ridiculous. Like the rumors are insane, and yeah. So I've only dated. In fact, I'm actually going to. I didn't think I was gonna put that in my other video, but yeah, I've only dated one guy when I was in high school, and after I mean, excuse me, not in high school. Went in school general and like what do you call that? In grade school. And then after I graduated 12th grade, I literally was dating briefly a guy who I grew up with, who was like a next door neighbor, and then he had moved away and he had came back into the town. And I was just like, oh, cool, like that was nice because like I always had a crush on him. And of course, like now it's just like, ew. I'm sorry, back in the day it was okay, but like yeah, now you be like, ugh. So I had grew up with him, and I was like, oh yes, this is nice. So I had dated him briefly, and Danielle knew about it. Well, oops, there goes the name. So she knew about it, and all of a sudden the relationship went sour, and I was just like, okay, well, like he and I really didn't vibe anyway. But I guess it was because of something influential, you know, with her in the background. It just seems really nasty and malicious to have a lot of um a lot of rumors and a lot of mean things said behind my back, and nobody wanted to tell me. And especially since it was somebody that was close to me. Like what? That's insane. The other person who I dated that was serious after that was, well, actually, I had two guys that I dated that were serious. That was serious after that. That was kind of serious. Like, no, it was just like, it was like more. I was actually just dating to date. So I had like two other guys. These were like two white guys. Um, and then after that, like my first and only real serious relationship was the guy that she ended up like, ew, disgusting, get it together with us. So I'm telling this first. um yeah, and she saw like, how I was with him and how I interacted with him and how I was, was engaged with him. So in the midst of that, he didn't give me that thing, that spark, that thing that I needed in order to be like, oh, I'm in love. Like, oh, this is love, but this is not in love. So when we broke up, it was always like a whole breakup makeup kind of situation. And it was actually not many breakup makeups, but it was enough to be like, okay, um, every single time I'm just feeling less and less for you. I don't know how many women who actually honor themselves feel that way, but it was just like, yeah, like I'm kind of done with this. So it just became more of a friendship afterwards. In that one video that I had posted where we were actually like posting videos together, we were just friends, like seriously. And he had liked me and he was just like, oh, I'm gonna prove it to you, like I'm serious and this, that, here, and the third. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, buddy. Because my feelings are just like, I'm just like, whatever. Um and yeah, and then after that I started to date somebody, and then he tried to talk to me again. It was just really complicated, but the whole entire time I never knew that they were dating or even doing anything nasty behind my back, and that's really sick. So that's like a double insult to, I don't know how anybody, especially a guy, can think that they're a prize if you sleep with somebody who I knew since elementary school, and who actually wanted to be my friend, who came up to me and called me best friend and sister first. Ugh, how could you? That's disgusting. If you ever would think that I would be attracted to you after doing something like that, and also you slept, and from what I hear, you impregnated my blood sister, my half sister. This is disgusting even more. And you slept with somebody. Who did you not sleep with? The cat? Like, yeah. I mean, I know. I mean, Leela is a little whore. I mean, I'm telling you, she puts out like nothing. It's crazy. I'm just like, you got it from your father. But it's just like, dude, like, uh, in the neighbor, like, this was just disgusting. Like, you were the town bicycle, like you and her. So there's no reason for me to ever be like, oh, gee, darn. I can't look at somebody else like, oh yeah, you're living my life. Cause I'm like, no, that's not something I wanted to explain to my children. Like, oh yeah, well, I had to sleep with, like, I can't see, sweetheart. All right, so here's the thing. If I was a old girl who's always been like really jealous, and you can tell when somebody's jealous is because even if you have more than you, why do you need to keep my name in your mouth? You feel me? There's more to that. But it's just like, can you imagine you, old girl, having to tell your child, like, oh well yeah, like tell them the truth. Like, oh yeah. Well, my best friend was dating this guy first, and I didn't like that. I don't like anything that she has. And like I want it for myself. That's another thing about my invention and stuff like that. So I decided to sleep with him and to tell lies about her behind her back to him, and then we slept together and all that other kind of stuff. Like, if you sleep with somebody, I was just like, yo, I think I put this down on Facebook many, many years ago. If I'm young enough, like 23 or something like that, to state like, yo, I will never ever be the kind of woman who's just like, yo, if you want that man and he can go to you, take him. Take him. Because I carried something since then into now where I feel like, yo, like there are so many people on this earth that I could actually, I know that I can be a better person with. I will have a better time with. That was just too much mental and physical strain and just a stress for to be with, a cheater. Why would I ever want to inconvenience myself like that? And it's really sad that somebody is in a relation, like people are in a relationship right now and deciding to do everything in their power to not to interfere with me being in a relationship or a connection with somebody else. And it's even more insane, gross, and just ugly for the government itself to want to support that shit. I'm not fucking y'all either. Like, what the hell? Like, that's just so crazy. It's just like, yo, like, am I don't need any PR because y'all give me like the most. I'm telling you, I honestly, this y'all can make all the cracks that y'all want to, but there's so many people that will look worse than me. But I'm just saying, obviously, y'all y'all must love it. Y'all must love it. To criticize on anything, y'all must honestly love it. It's like looking at a car and then happen to see like a speck of dirt on it or something like that. You're like, yeah, I like this car, but like the dirt on it. I gotta clean it or something like that. I'm proud of me. Because let's be sure and let's be for real, you will never ride this fucking ride. But it's just like, in fact, a lot of people have lied about that shit, which is very gross and disgusting. I digress. I ugh, it's like, oh, if you can't, like, if I can't have her, then no one can. And that's really disgusting for you. There should never be a moment where you, especially as a black person, where you need to try to interfere or disrupt or negate me in any type of way. Why the fuck are you into the conversation? Why? Why? I thought it was supposed to be about black excellence. Why do you want to try to, put somebody down when they actually just want to succeed and, you know, live their fucking life? There were so many times in the news where people were like quick to say something or say something about somebody being locked up, this right here being messy, and this, that, here, and the third. Is something negative. But you see a woman independently going for herself, getting accolades, getting achievements, striving, working hard, not trying to run anybody over or anything like that. And you think that it's okay for you to just, be negative and ugly and crack jokes and mock just for the fuck of it? And you be like, oh, it's the internet. But, offline, I gotta live life too. Whatever you like, oh, it ain't serious. No, it is very serious. And you would really hate this shit if it happened to you. You don't even like it when your significant other or something like that is on your phone 24/7. And what if they were to take it further than that and be like, okay, I need to know exactly what you're thinking all the time. I need to criticize it. I need to chop it down into sections, and then I need to overthink on it and examine it and this, that, here, and the third. You wouldn't like that. You wouldn't like that. The phone thing might be one thing, but what if they're like, over here clocking every little fucking thing that you're doing? Oh, that's just too much time on your games. Oh, that's just why are you hanging out with your friends for so long? Oh, oh, why are you wearing that outfit? That outfit is very, very short. Why are you wearing that outfit with the heels? That makes it even look more shorter. What the y'all do it to yourselves. Y'all trying to project the abuse that you guys get to me, and I'm just like, no, I'm not being responsible for that. I'm not being responsible for that. You guys are very damaged. You guys have not healed, and it's a lot of trauma bonding in the group chats. It's a lot of trauma bonding because I be minding my business, and y'all just really just nasty. The check is in the mail. That'll be. Let's go write it down. The check will be in the mail. Like for real. Well, the invoice, yeah, the check invoice will be in the mail. So definitely, I need to know exactly, like, when I'm supposed to be receiving my money, my payments, because apparently that's what I hear. I heard that a long time ago. It was like, oh, the check is in the mail, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, it's on the way, and it's that here and the third. This is going to be very like Juneteenth content too. We're just like dangling the carrot kind of situations where you're alluding to something that'll just like either never happen, never intending to happen, like 4 acres and a mule kind of situations, reparations, and this, that, here and the third. Um, Student loan forgiveness. Too much. All right. So yeah, people were just like really trying to get in my like getting in my head and just being so freaking nosy. Like, worry about yourself. Truly worry about yourself. Because it just says that there's a lot going on. Um, it says it's a lot going on. You can may have like the perfect life on the outside or by appearances though, but you're a horrible person if you can't utilize that correctly. Like you have or you even if you have to use me um as a way, which people have, to market themselves to other people. It's so gross. It's so fucking gross. Pathetic. Like, my God. It's like, no, we can't let her free. We wanted to Egypt, like to Egypt, you know, this summer. Oh my God. Just know she was gonna come up with an idea and I just gonna milk it, steal it from her, make it for all it's worth. Do it. Crazy. Oh my God. um, put some food on the put some food on the roof, and now the sparrows are flocking to it. They're nice. They're so cute. So obese. I love when the birds are like tiny and chunky. So cute. All right, I got things to do. So yeah, I want to talk about the gang stalkers. Talked about that, and about the gang stalkers. Talked about people misinterpreting everything that when it comes to like me thinking, oh my goodness, or doing every little thing. Hi. Um, it's wild. It's wild. Like I don't even know how anybody could deal with that. Like someone like okay, you must be a really dysfunctional person where you need to be codependent on anyone who just needs to be a nag or like a fucking border collie. It's like no. At least border collies are happy. Like you just basically have some type of miserable woman who's just like nagging all the fucking time and being hypercritical. Like, and I'm just trying to live my life, bro. I'm just trying to live my life, and I've been like gray rocking for the hell of it. And people are just like, yay, keep gray rocking, solitude. And I'm like, no, we were actually born, like we were meant to be on this earth for a community. So even when you tell me to fucking like, stay by myself and stay isolated, you're being toxic as fuck because it sounds like you have this kind of parasocial relationship where you want me to yourself. It's like gatekeeping, like some store that you like, oh yeah, I really love these jeans, or this restaurant has the best food. They be like, oh my god, where'd you get that food? I don't know. Oh, I just got it from like oh my friend gave it to me. Oh, it's way out, way out. That's what it's like when people say, oh, stay isolated and some shit like that. Like, bruh, come on now. 10 years of abuse, and you really want to keep abusing me some more. You rather tell me to stay by myself than actually offer more content or like exact content about like what the hell is going on. It's insane. Like I see right through the bullshit and right through the tactics. It's disgusting. It is. It's completely disgusting. I wrote something earlier. It was like insurance doesn't mean that you're going to die right now, right? Like that's funny. I wrote that in I wrote that in relation to people assuming things um, about like my intentions and my actions about like what it is I'm doing. So when I listen to music about calming the mind and stop thinking, like they're like, oh my gosh, you must be depressed and stuff like that, and they don't even think about the actions that they're doing, like or the harm that they're causing. They only want to criticize and make fun or mock, laugh, whatever like that. About your reactions or what you're doing. And I'm like, yo, I'm not depressed. Um, I'm not. I'm not depressed. I'm just more annoyed and disgusted. Oh my god! I don't really try to think about you guys because I have so much other things to do. But it's just like I need to kind of organize some things going around because that's one of y'all aims. Just try to keep me busy and just fucking for your entertainment. Man, it's gonna try to bite you guys in the ass. I'm telling you. So, but yeah, I'll get to that one. I'll get to that part later. Um, Yesterday, yeah, people were just like kind of misidentifying the things I was doing, and they were saying like, "Oh, I'm like out of character," because on Twitter, I okay, so Twitter, I made a statement about like how I can never be impressed by somebody who I grew up with because I never because that's crazy. Like you can be proud of somebody, but never like impressed. Like yo, if you have somebody in your close fucking circle and you're not competitive with them, like you actually want good for them, you're not trying to think of them in a like in a lowly state where it's like, oh wow, like I'm genuinely impressed. Like you could do like the fuck that would be crazy and insane. But it's just like this person right here is has obviously revealed to me that they have never been a genuine friend. But it's just like still, like I can never be like if I had you in my circle, I'm not gonna be impressed. I'm going to be more like I've been proud, but I can't be proud of how you slithered your way into like talking behind my back. Um, or how you got on your back. Speaking of backs, on how you got on your back multiple times for many different men, from politicians to basic people, in order to get your way up to the climb the social ladder. And that's really gross too. So I'm not. There's nothing, definitely nothing to be impressed about there, and definitely nothing to be proud of either. This is very, very pathetic. You reduced yourself to like the archaic standards of a slave, but it was just like that woman who got sold for her sexual features. Like you sold out. You sold me out by selling me by not like you sold me out because you were very competitive as fuck and you were very jealous. And that was crazy because I like if you're somebody that's close to me, family, friends, or whomever, like I'm never gonna be the person who's just like wants the worst for you. Shit, I remember making like this cute little poster for my neighbor because they were graduating and I'm just like, yay, you like yo, graduating college. It's just really fucking sick. Like and somebody is carrying an air out there that they think like, oh, you're better, like oh, like they're better than me. And I'm like, if anything, like I want to keep it a buck. And still to this very, very fucking day, if you ever think that you're in a position to try to pull me down or try to tell me what it is that you need me to do, I'm better than you. I am. I'm better than you. If you ever, because I carry such a humbleness about me and a fairness and wanting and actually doing the physical work where I support people. And yet, if you still try to make me feel small, then no, I'm better than you. I am. I'm better than you. And I'm not gonna be that bitch that's gonna be like, oh, I don't believe nobody's better. For a moment back in the day, I used to believe that. But when it comes down to the meat and potatoes of things, trust me, if there was some type of like global or economic crisis right now, who do you think they're gonna put in the chopper? They're gonna put the president, right? Why? Because he's better than I guess whomever is around. He might try to get, other people, other officials, like, to safety and this, that, here, and the third. But who's gonna be going? Who's gonna be protected like first? The president. So obviously, economy and the world thinks that people are better than. They just don't want to try to say it, and they would hate for somebody to recognize it when they're like the target. So yes, I'm better than you. I'm better than I'm damn sure better than my abusers. Damn sure better than them trying to like hurt me. And even though that they have put money into the pockets of many corrupt people, it still tethers to me. It still tethers to fucking me. A lot of this shit was my idea when it comes to creativity and inventions. But all that corrupt malicious shit, I mean, obviously it was them though, but that stuff isn't original. That shit is recycled. Like, come on now, it's not old. It's not old, and we're in the fucking city of what is the state of New Jersey, so we're in the tri-state. There's so much history about corruption, so especially within the political seats. So like, come on now, come on. Nothing's new. Nothing is fucking new. They're doing human trafficking, sex rings, and this, that, here, and the third. What am I supposed to be impressed about? What am I supposed to be impressed about? I'm like, there's people that have done that before you. There's damn sure nothing to be proud of either. It's disgusting, the things that you guys have done. So don't make me laugh, okay? Don't make do it. Stop it. Stop it. This is a video about I saw this TikTok. Hold on. It's just boom.
The reason I put out Bow Down is because I woke up, I went into the studio, I had a chant in my head. It was aggressive, it was angry. It wasn't the Beyonce that wakes up every morning. It was the Beyonce that was angry. It was the Beyonce that felt the need to defend herself. And if this song never comes out, okay, I said it. And I listened to it after I finished, and I said, this is hot. I'm gonna put it out. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna just put it out. People like it, great. They don't, they don't. And I won't do it every day because that's not who I am. But I feel strong. And anyone that says, oh, that is disrespectful, just imagine the person that hates you. Imagine the person that doesn't believe in you. And look in the mirror and say, bow down, bitch. And I guarantee you feel gangster. So listen to that song from that point of view. Again, if you didn't like it before.
So I think that something like that resonates pretty much. So it's not saying like, hey, look, it's not saying outright I'm better than you, but it does carry the air where it's just like, look, if you think that you're trying to pull me down, it's like, where the fuck are you? You're beneath me. Like, I'm better than you. So that's that kind of energy. It's like pretty much like repackage it how you want to, not in a way where it victimizes you. But yeah, like this. I don't need your permission to feel great about myself. I don't need your permission to love myself. Obviously, you guys have stood on the sidelines while I was resilient and fought back with people who were like the best of them. So yeah, I got every right to have this, and eat you up. It eats you up. It eats you up. I swear, it's crazy because like, look, even the church ladies when they wear like the little fancy little hats and stuff like that, you know what they think. You know what they think that they is. They be like, but silently they be like, oh, but I'm not better. You know that you be dressing to impress and that you be dressing to compete and that you be dressing thinking that you better stuff like that. Like this, just quit the shits. Like admit it. You don't have to admit it to yourself, but at least quiet down where you're trying to like point the finger and be like, yeah, no. In this matter, in this magnitude of the trauma and abuse that I've gone through, oh, bitch, please. I don't need your little opinions, and I don't need your favor or your. Like, I don't need your favor in order for you to acknowledge me when it comes to like, okay, yes, I know my place. I do believe that I'm better than the people who are pulling me down, the people, my abusers. Yeah, fuck you, fuck you. Okay, it's another. There's so many people that hate me. So what does it matter if it's another person? There you go. You guys be looking for a reason, and I be just be minding my business. So um, and when people honestly, when other people have that attitude, like I'm not gatekeeping the whole I'm better than you thing. Like, hey guys, if you feel like obviously by the way how people act, there's some people who act really ugly towards other people. Like I think that's another thing that people think that oh, if you think that if you're better than me, then you're gonna be like really ugly and mean to me. I'm like, I'm only ugly and mean to anybody if I cannot escape from that person is being very violent and not respecting my boundaries. Where if I can just move myself away from you, then I don't need to be ugly and mean to you. But if you are literally pursuing me, and it's not like pursuing me online kind of situations because there's easy things where you can just block and ignore somebody, but in this magnitude, come on now, fuck out of here. Yes, definitely I'm gonna be ugly and mean to you, and yes bitch, I am better than you. I am. um so yeah, when people say like, okay, so when Beyonce was just like, oh, like that's not the, I guess that's not the Beyonce that she's normally, that she normally is, but it's just like that may not be the Beyonce that she normally is, but that is the Beyonce. You feel me? When people say that they are acting out of character, it's it's very limiting. It makes somebody seem like just a flat sheet of paper. There's so many different, we are multifaceted human beings. Every fucking day we have a part of us that is different. You have all right. If you have a child, I'm pretty sure you use baby voice. You have much more patience. You are very considerate, loving, nurturing, and this, that, here, and the third. You may not have that for a stranger who's on the street going really fucking slow across the street and being a dick about it. Or somebody who just cuts you off or something like that. I mean, just the little things. Like that's those are different characters um of you. The only reason why people say it's out of character is when they are surprised, shocked, appalled, offended because of your boundaries or because of their image. It's an insecure thing. It's also a fear-based thing because they're wondering, okay, wait a minute, so is this going to taint my image, or is this going to, how this just actually it's a fear-based thing. They're thinking, how is this character that you're showing me going to harm or affect me? And also, is this person thinking what they did, what did they do in order to see that version of you? You feel me? Like, did they provoke it, or were they a bystander, or were they the person that was just along with you? And by a bystander, I mean it was like somebody who was just kind of in that party to see it happen, and which is kind of different than just like your kid is with you, something like that. You kind of get it, like a basically a bystander being like a coworker versus like your kid or your partner. Just like, okay, this is a fear. It's a fear-based thing when it's like out of character. Out of when somebody definitely says out of character, that is a fear-based thing because they're very triggered right now by like, oh my goodness, I like this person or I assume something about this person, and it's I fear that that can be turned to me, or I didn't expect that to happen. So now I want to victimize myself after I provoked you. Or it's to the point where I see exactly what you can do and I want to try to like I'm very intimidated by that out of characterness. So it really depends on who that person is. But every part of you, especially if it's like every part of you has like a different type of character. You have a character when you answer the phone. If your boss calls you on the phone right now and you were like, oh wait, hold on, I have to take this, and you have used your professional voice or something like that, this, that, and third, like that's a character of you. And I know people are going to try to be like, no, that's not what we mean, but it is like having a character is you have different sides of you. You do have different sides of you. So I don't want people to try to like use it in a negative sense because it's mostly most of the time it's used in a negative sense and it's mostly used in a fear-based sense. But we are allowed to be different people. Like you feel me? It's as long as we're not being disloyal or dishonest to the people that are closest to us or the people that we say that are the closest to us, it should be okay. And as long as we're not intentionally being malicious or vile to the people who don't deserve that energy, then I think that it's okay too. Like, yo, yeah. Like, okay, I have a character where if I'm at the club, I'm gonna go wild. Like, and by wild, I mean I'm actually gonna be the person who dances. Okay, give me a nice drink, and by drink, I mean it needs to be mixed. Okay, I can't drink it straight. Okay, I mean yes, I do have like masculine energy tendencies because obviously I'm a independent woman against the odds of against men and women and pick me's and all the other kind of shit. But like I'm a girl who always like, the fruity drinks. So I cannot drink like straight stuff. So yuck. I can't. I can't. It's disgusting. I can't do it without being like, and I have to sip it. It's just gross. Oh my gosh. What were the criticizers and the girls pretending to clutch their pearls? They were like one bottle of wine. I had like an 8% bottle of wine, and people were losing their minds. It was during the one weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, one bottle. It wasn't like a huge ass bottle, but one bottle of wine, 8%, just a small one from Trader Joe's. So basically it's like juice. And these people lose a shit because I don't like those wines that are dry. Again, I like fruity drinks. So it's basically juice. You guys have more alcohol in y'all fucking kumbachas than you do in your kumbachas and in your children's medication than I do in my wine, my wine coolers. So it's so crazy for people to say and be hypocritical or try to miss or try to diagnose me and say oh she must be depressed or she's drinking her problems away. You'd rather sit there, record yourself, or be in a group chat where people can see you talk out of your ass criticizing me, either talking down on me while I'm abused, and not in a compassionate way or even a fake compassionate way. Either way, that should not be the point of the conversation. That really shouldn't be the point of the conversation. The point of like your group meetings and stuff like that should be like, okay, well, what can we do in order to like actually, give her justice? It should never every day. It should never be about anything that's criticizing what it is that I wear, what I have on my face, how my hair is done. None of that. None of that. This is literally exploitation and human trafficking. This is slavery. This is enslavement. People are getting paid off my existence. My existence. And if that's not enough, they literally do ugly ass shit outside and inside of this house, pour money like out of my account, do physical things that will harm me and possibly kill me. They intend to kill me. They have done things and had murder plots in order to kill me. But you rather talk about my hair, bitch? You rather talk about, oh, I seen her wear that same shirt. Bitch, be fucking for real. Black, white, Latino. Ah, disgusting. Disgusting. Y'all priorities are so fucking fucked up. So fucking fucked up. Y'all, Oh, babies. I gotta make them like little bird houses. They're so cute. They're just like hanging on the wire right now. All the little birds, little sparrows. They're so cute. Okay. It's just like, get over yourselves. Really. There'll never be a day. There'll never be a day that I will find any of you guys powerful enough for where I would want to join your team. Because like you guys have made the fucking mistake of doing all this maliciousness in the background, and it ended up shooking and driving and selling your own selves out. The experiment was also on you guys. Like whatever happened to me was just like an experiment in itself with you guys. Ugh, I can't. I cannot. Where's my muffins? Okay. Um, to keep talking about me obviously means that I'm a somebody. I am. I gotta be. I gotta be somebody. I don't need your validation. I don't need your confirmation. I gotta be somebody. I know. I know. I know I'm somebody. And it bothers you so much. So it's just like, yo, I was comparing it to the situation with like Cardi B and Nicki. Um, Out of all the people in the world, I'm over here minding my business, doing my own thing, but you kind of just like decided to pluck me out from the mix of millions and billions of people just to talk about me. Why? Why? And then make up things about me. Why? Why? You think that you were the biggest fish in the pond, then why would you go ahead and move into the ocean? No, you didn't want to. You just, it's very insecure. It's extremely insecure. The thing about like Cardi B and Nicki, the way that the reason why they keep on clashing is because there are people out there that see them as the same caliber, or even if they disagree or like, oh, Cardi B is better, Nicki Minaj is better, this, that, here, and the third. I mean, these women respectively have their own achievements. Pardon me. Pardon me. Their own achievements and talents. So it's just like, but to keep bringing up their names obviously means that they're in the same caliber. You wouldn't talk about like Cardi B and somebody from, I don't know, like you wouldn't. All right, hold on. You might talk about like somebody from maybe like your high school talent show and be like, oh wow, like you're a really good lyricist though. Might even try to open up, pardon me, for like Cardi B or something like that. But you have to compare her to Cardi B. You feel me? Like, or if you like you have, so basically you have your measurement right there. Like you have your target or your main point where you need to compare something to. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like that is your caliber, or that is I can't think of the word right now. But that is your ruler, that is your measurement, that is your goal right there. That is a person or the thing that you respect out of probably other people. Um, and that's in the circle that you want to like achieve, or like where you want to like maintain your goal. This here and the third. Pardon me, my throat is like. Mm. Yeah, the freaks will love that. Uh, so so yeah, it's just like you have to have something where it's like a measurement. My measurements are okay. So yeah, things like that. Yeah, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, like basically. So to call me names and lies behind my back and this, that, and the third, it's just like I guess that's to be expected of somebody of whatever caliber you're trying to like compare me to in your conversation. Because I'm just like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why do I need to be in y'all little fucking messy ass magazine every single fucking time? Where you are comparing me to this, day, and the third. Like, why? Poor Qua. Poor fucking Qua. Clearly, I'm awesome. Y'all could have just shut the fuck up. So, all right. And another thing is that there may be people that have assumed that, oh my gosh, look, okay, flying monkeys are what they are. Flying monkeys. And specifically, there's these things called howler monkeys that are just like obnoxiously super loud, like incredibly loud. And that's just reminds me of what the flying monkeys are in my ops, the abusers. They have nothing better to do. So they just, and woo, woo, like, girl, nothing, just nothing, just howling. You would walk into a jungle, you would hear all that. Like, yo, let me go to my This is so funny. And you will have like literally, so you'll be hearing several different animals. And then you'll hear like the monkeys, and you'll hear the woo and woo and all that kind of stuff. And you're thinking, oh my God, like we're being like totally surrounded and ambushed by monkeys. Who knows like how many are in there? And sweetheart, there are 4 of them Jamies. There are 4. Because there's a nest nearby and there's only like, 4 around while the others are hunting and gathering or something like that. But it just kind of, I just wanted to get that kind of comparison because it's just like, But they're loud as fuck though. They are loud as fuck. You might think that you are like competing with an army, but it's really just a handful of people who are just super, super duper loud. And it's about bullshit. These are flying monkeys. They have nothing to bring to the table. They really have nothing to bring to the table. Ugh. Um. So I mean, that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about. Okay, it's been about an hour. It's 7:11 now. Uh, yeah, it's like there are a lot of coons and flying monkeys out there. It's just like, but apparently, like the loud and theatrical ones are enough to kind of give the illusion that there are more of them than what it really is. Than what it really is. So you might think that you need to be afraid, or that I even lost something, or that something bad is for coming for me. But it's just, I mean, foreboding for me. But no. Mm, no. It's people just really just people lost, and they're trying to deflect, and they're doing their best and their damnedest to try to give the illusion of power, and doing the most malicious and crazy ass things that'll do nothing but just finish the crumbling foundation that was beneath them, because that shit was never sturdy to begin with. And that is a fact. Like, these people, what they're doing is just like totally predictable, but it's never forgivable. Never. And they're making it worse every single fucking day. They're making it worse. Making it worse. All right, that's it. I always want to keep it at least like less than an hour, and this is stuff that you can always use for your own life, obviously, because that I'm telling you, people are going to use this kind of, like, I want you to use it personally for your own life. I'm not saying like do also shout me out. I mean, let me nice. Get credit where it's credit's due. But I just wanted to kind of have you have that information to carry with you, because if they're going to be trying to have other people, it might, and one day it just might be you, more than likely. If it hasn't already happened, and for most cases, it probably has. People probably are starting with it, like kind of like microdosing it until it becomes something like, um, I was gonna say like a damn tsunami. It's just, people are just horrible. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna go. I got things to do. Bye.